Oh, yeah. What are we talking about?
Coming alive with Frampton.
Oh, yeah. That's what we were talking about. Peter Frampton was on the show this morning, and he came alive. Actually, he saved the life of a bird, and he wrote a song about it. It's actually pretty kick-ass.
Joining us right now, big get on our interview schedule.
Yeah, buddy.
Rock star, rock icon, Peter Frampton joins the show.
Hey, Peter, how are you?
Well, how are you guys? I'm doing fine, thank you.
It sounds like you're doing great. You look good, too, man. Peter,
how can you see me?
Well, I saw your Facebook page, and I'm not stalking you or I'm not attracted to you. It's just
I thought you were like, it was one of those smart TVs, and you were actually looking at me through your TV. Or maybe I am in the kitchen, so you might be seeing me through my microwave.
Wow, kind of weirding me out right now, Peter.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those electronic devices. Everything's recording us now.
That's right.
Yes.
Look at you, your career. You got this acoustic tour going on right now, and then you
Raw tour. This is our fifth
That's
one.
right, and we should mention that you're playing the Paramount Hudson Valley Theater in Peekskill on April 6th for our listeners, and then you go out with Steve Miller this summer.
Yes, we do. So, I've played with Steve over the years in every kind of venue, from clubs, arenas, stadiums. We did a couple of shows a couple of years ago again, a handful of shows actually. Love working with one another again. And I always get to go, he always wants me to go and jam with him. So we've been planning it. So he sent me a whole bunch of songs to choose from, and I think we're going to do some blues together. So that's going to be so much fun every night.
That's sweet. Now, how do you determine who's going to open the show? I mean, did you go back and forth?
This one, no. This is Steve's whole idea. This show, so it's co-headline, but we are really the special guest. It's Steve's show. We share everything, but Steve goes on last.
Hey Lou, we're talking Peter Frampton.
We're talking to Peter Frampton. I wanted to ask you about the new song "I Saved a Bird" today. I'm loving it. Tell us about it.
It was a bird. Well, first of all, I heard this thump on the window in the bathroom. And I'm on the 9th floor here, and in a condo, and this bird had huge bird flown into the window, knocked itself out. I had to call. It looked like it was a goner, So I called. I got on Google how to save a bird, and called this woman up. I'm in Nashville here, and she said, "Well, it'll probably, if it's that big of a bird, don't worry, it'll come around and it'll fly away. So leave it alone for a couple hours." I came back. Went out, came back, a couple hours later. It's very well now, and it's peacocking around my balcony, but it has not flown away.
Yeah.
So I call her back. I said, "How do I get rid of it now? It won't fly away." She said, "Tell me more about this bird." She said, "Tell me about the feet." I said, "Very, very big feet." She said, are they webbed?" I said, "No, it's not a duck." So I looked again, and there were little webbings either side of each. Let's call them toes, shall we?
Right.
And so she said, "I know what you have. You have an American coot." I said, "Oh, I'm glad we know what it is. Now, how do we get rid of it?" So she says, "Well," and she started to laugh a little. She said, "It's one of a handful of species of birds that will only take off from water." I said, "You mean I can't just hold it over the balcony and let it drop?" She said, "Oh, no, he'll just go right down." So I said, "Okay, so how do I get it? I got a river here. Is that good enough?" She said, "Yes." She said, "Get a cardboard box, throw a towel over the bird, grab the bird, put it in the box, drive it down to the river, and as soon as you show him the water, or he or her, it will take off, So I did. I drove it. It was ugly. I got it into the box, though, drove it down to the river, and got down to about a foot off the river there side, and opened the box, showed him or her the water. He kicked the box, kicked me, jumped in, and then did that slow motion walking and running across the water and took off into the night sky. So it was the most incredible feeling to know that, to actually see that you'd saved something. You'd actually, there was this bird who was, for all intents and purposes, pretty much near death a couple hours earlier, so it made me feel pretty good. And I told Gordon Kennedy, my writing partner, about it, and we got together and we thought we'd put it in a song.
It's amazing. It sounded like it monopolized a lot of your afternoon there.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It took forever, you know. But anyway, it was. I think that within the song there, was the bird there? Was I there to save the bird, or was the bird there to save me? And there's another line in the song where, the reason that we're all here is to care for other people, for each other, And I think there's a metaphor there within the couple in this song that, caring, love, peace, truth. Oh, we haven't lost those, have we? So, I mean, it's there to make you think, that maybe it's time for a little care and respect. And so that's what I'm hoping for anyway.
We're joined by Peter Frampton on the Ethan and Lou Show.
Tell me a little bit about the acoustic tour.
Well, the Raw Tour, this is our 5th outing. We do 2.5 weeks, like 12 shows, each time in the spring and the fall. And started a couple of years ago and didn't know whether this would be something that I would want to do ongoing. And was anxious, actually, because I didn't think I could pull it off with just acoustic.
Come on.
So the first show changed my mind completely because it's 180 degrees different from playing live with the band, because now we're talking, telling my life story, how the songs were written. And when you start to tell life stories, you don't have to make a joke. It's just, we've all got things in our lives that are hilarious. And I think everybody can relate to what we all go through. So it's an evening of in-depth psychology of Frampton and music. So we get to do a lot of stuff in a very intimate way, things that people know, and some deeper cuts too, obviously, and some covers that you've never heard it like this before. And having spoken to the audiences, the people that come backstage afterwards, it seems that, I asked them to pick live with the band or live with the acoustic, and they say you got to see both. So I said, good answer. So it seems that it's something that people really like.
Well, we look forward to having you at the Paramount Hudson Valley Theater on April 6th, Raw and acoustic tour. Peter Frampton, people are still buzzing about your appearance here in Danbury at the Ives Concert Park when you did the entire Frampton Comes Alive album. People still talking about it.
Well, thank you very much.
Peter Frampton, thank you for joining us this morning. It was a pleasure and an honor.
Very much.
Same here. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you. Bye.
Thanks, Peter.
All righty, bye.
Peter Frampton, buddy.
Somebody called earlier and said they used to party with Peter in Pound Ridge, New York in the 70s.
That's right. Look at that.
Awesome. Let me play you
I
just
want to party with Peter Frampton in Pound Ridge, New York.
Well, he was here in the 80s when Buzz was on. He came in and talked to Buzz. He was here in person, and there was some partying going on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He said, ooh, baby, I love your way.
That's exactly what he said.
I want to smack you right in your face.
No, we don't need to go there.
No, I didn't have.
No. I want to play a little snippet of his new song called I Saved the Bird today. All right?
Correct.
And you'll probably hear this. He was playing at the Hudson Valley Paramount Theater in Peekskill, New York on April 6th.